I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. Earlier today, the radical MAGA Republicans tried to roll out a plan, I suppose, to make Americans think that they're trying to fight for them, but it completely backfired. This plan that the MAGA Republicans announced to try to hide their true plan, they called it their commitment for America, but what it really looked like was a contract of cruelty for America. This event took place in Pennsylvania. It had Kevin McCarthy there, Elise Stefanik there. You had someone named Representative Lisa McClain of Michigan there. And as they tried to talk about ideas, what became really self-evident is that they really had no clue what they were talking about. I mean, they spoke in broad brushes about wanting programs. It's like, okay, what specific programs do you want? Because it seems that every specific program, whether it's at the highest level, like Medicare and Social Security, you want to completely abolish and remove, and all other types of programs to try to make education more accessible and affordable, or trying to make healthcare more affordable. You seem to be against all of those as well, and you label all of these programs Marxist if they try to help people. And we actually saw that today at this event that took place in Pennsylvania, where Republicans tried to roll this out. And Republicans are rolling this out right now at a time where they are incredibly desperate. The polls are turning against the radical MAGA extremists who want total abortion bans, who want to eliminate Social Security, who want to eliminate Medicare, who want to raise prescription drug prices, who want to raise your taxes so that they could support their billionaire friends and give them tax cuts and private jets and everything that they want over there. So let's focus, though, what took place specifically at this event in Pennsylvania. So first you have Elise Stefanik, who holds up the plan, can barely articulate what the plan is. And the plan is like 8 sentences on a little tiny pamphlet. This is their big rollout of a plan. Here, play this clip of Elise Stefanik saying, "We've got a plan," and holding like a little card that has like a few sentences on it. Play that clip.
So join us in supporting the commitment to America, a new direction. Democrats have no plan. House Republicans have a plan, and it's our commitment to you. Thank you very much.
Then, of course, you can't have a radical MAGA event without them leaning in on supporting terrorists. And so, of course, at the most recent CPAC event that they held a few months back, they had the sign that was on the stage that said, "We are all domestic terrorists." No, it wasn't like somebody like superimposing that on there. That was what they were celebrating, that they were terrorists. They set up booths where they would have like January 6th insurrectionists actually sit there, and then they would go, and people like Marjorie Taylor Greene would like bend down and like kiss them. Like some of the most weirdest fascist cosplay, insane stuff that you can imagine. But here is a clip Kevin McCarthy said, and here's one of the things: "Read my lips. This is what I'm going to promise to each and every one of you if you put the Republicans in power. We are going to remove any parent who's on the terrorist watch list from the watch list." Play the clip.
So I hope we end. I'll make this personal pledge. I don't know if it happened, but any parent that got put on the terrorist watch list by the DOJ will get you off it, okay? Don't know if you've flown recently, but more questions.
Yeah, these people are dangerous fascist clowns that they would even go there and that they would say that that's their main agenda. Our commitment to America is we are going to remove terrorists off the terrorist watch list. If you want to steal our top secret sensitive compartmented information, if you want to go and steal our nuclear secrets, well then go for it. Take it, and we will do whatever we can as the Republican Party as part of our commitment to America to make sure that all terrorists get a free break. That's what we are fighting for here. You know, and you think about this radicalized fascist cosplay crowd that does not even resemble what this country is really all about. You know, and it's this grievance. It's this kind of made up, you know, bizarre racist dog whistle type stuff that was not even a dog whistle. It's a loud freaking bullhorn at this point. And so here was one of the people that the MAGA Republicans hand selected for this bizarre, weird, fascist cosplay clown show of a press conference to ask this question, where she was saying, oh, it's what I most worry about in this nation. What I'm most concerned about is the slow creep of critical race theory, diversity and inclusion, anti-bullying initiatives. That's their big thing right now in the MAGA Republicans. Anti-bullying initiatives at school. They believe to be radical Marxist agendas of leftists to try to stop bullying. No, ma'am. Your son is just following your terrorist ideation. That's what's taking place, and they're being disciplined because you radicalize your children. They go into school, they start terrorizing their classmates and beating them up and assaulting them, and then teachers say, you know what, you can't do that, and then you whine that their rights are being violated. That's what's going on as you radicalize your children. But here, play this clip.
Now we have SEL, which is social emotional learning. It's indoctrination disguised as programs like kindness initiatives or anti-bullying programs or diversity projects. These are all Marxist-style programs targeting our children. Then, to make it all better, the current administration weaponized the Department of Justice. And all the parents speaking up at school board meetings or challenging any of these programs, like I was now labeled a domestic terrorist. Our Department of Justice is calling me, a mom, a domestic terrorist.
Yeah, they don't even know what the word Marxist means. They just, the most radical extremist people out there is exactly the person you saw ask that as Kevin McCarthy with his shit-eating grin just kept on nodding. The most unfit, incompetent person to possibly run anything in our country, yet alone to be the Speaker of the House. And he's terrified right now, and he's terrified because he knows that the polls are shifting. He knows what their true agenda is all about, and their true agenda, which they can't articulate what their real agenda is. So it's all about, we're going to free the terrorists and we're going to do things with programs, because they can't articulate what it really is, which is really an anti-American and hateful program. Here, this is Representative Lisa McClain, a Republican. This is what she said. She goes, we need to keep the tax cuts permanent because the more people who have jobs, the more taxes they will pay, and the more programs. Like, as she's speaking, I don't know if she's realizing that she has no clue that just words, it's just word salad coming out of her mouth. I mean, her whole party's about cutting all of these programs. What is she talking about? So she wants to collect more taxes by giving the billionaires tax breaks. That's their whole strategy, and that's what America should rally behind. Here, play this clip.
That will keep and get our economy stronger again. And one of those policies, really simple, is let's keep the tax cuts permanent. Because you actually can keep more of your money. What a concept. You know, the money that you earn, you can actually keep it. And we also know this crazy thing, it's cause and effect, is that, let's see, if we have more people working, people who are working pay taxes. Let's not forget, the more people we have paying taxes, the more programs that we can provide.
You know, as I've talked about it here over and over and over again on the MeidasTouch network, the very idea of MAGA Republicans just going to America and traveling around and pitching trickle-down economics. You know how offensive that the whole concept of trickle-down economics is? I mean, you're going into crowds, you're speaking to working class people and saying, you know what, working class people, you know what, hardworking Americans, we're not going to give you the benefit. We can't trust you with the benefits, hardworking American. We're not going to give you anything. But here's the better idea. You know your CEO who already has multiple houses and private jets and has all the money in the world? Yeah, let's give him the money so that maybe, just maybe, he will grace you and just trickle down some benefit. We can't promise you. In fact, he probably won't give you anything, but let's give it to him to trickle down versus giving it to you, versus Democrats, pro-democracy Democrats saying, hey, we want to empower you, the middle class. We want to empower you, the worker. We want bottom to middle up economics, not trickle down and give the billionaires more benefits. And again, when she talks about programs, they're about cutting every single program imaginable. And so really what it came down to when you looked at what this was not a commitment for America. This was the GOP contract of cruelty was what was really announced. And this was banning abortions nationwide in all cases, no matter what, total abortion bans, eliminating Social Security and Medicare, repealing the Inflation Act and raising health care costs, repealing the Affordable Care Act, locking up Dr. Fauci, literally pledging allegiance to Donald Trump. That's what they've said. Whatever Donald Trump says, they call him Orange Jesus. So whatever Orange Jesus tells them that they're going to have to do, and to support all of his criminality. And that's what the Republican agenda is. And shut down corporations. If corporations want to be inclusive, they're going to shut them down. They're going to attack teachers. They hate teachers. They hate education. And they're coming after you at the end of the day. And they eat their own. I mean, they eat their own. And so there is no loyalty. There is no anything. It's a cult of Donald Trump. And that's what their real agenda is all about. The contract for cruelty. But you know what? When I see that today, you know what I see? I see utter desperation. I see weak individuals who don't represent this country one bit. They know they don't represent this country one bit. They are scared. They are in panic mode right now. So they need to try to cover up all of the BS, all of the criminality, all of the heinous, cruel policies that they stand for. And it's incumbent on all of us to call that out in each and every turn. And that's what we're going to do. That's not their commitment to America, is that they are going to be cruel. They are going to be heinous. They are going to hurt you. They are coming for your freedoms. That's what the GOP, the MAGA GOP is doing. The MAGA Republicans coming to take away your freedoms. Let's keep the momentum. Let's keep the pro-democracy momentum, and we're going to make sure that we protect our country. Hey, hit the subscribe button right now. Hit the subscribe button right now. We're on our way to 1 million subs, thanks to you. In addition, we just created a Patreon account, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. That's patreon.com/MeidasTouch. I get asked over and over again, how can you help out? Grow this independent media platform. We don't take any outside investors at all. The best way you can help is by going to patreon.com/MeidasTouch and joining one of the membership tiers. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas, fighting for democracy with you each and every day.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs, It Wasn't Rigged, You're Just a Loser, at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.